let's go into self-custody and talk about the pros, the cons, some of the companies that you guys could be looking at, and breaking down what self-custody does for you, maybe as a crypto investor or an NFT collector. We'll do all that for you today. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into Tech Path. Joining me today is David Wulschner, who is Tangem's brand ambassador. Full disclosure, Tangem is a sponsor of our show. So great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much.
Yeah, let's get into a couple of things. I want to go over, first of all, some of the things that have happened in self-custody in general. And I think everybody that watches our channel, maybe if you're new out there right now, one of the things that occurred here in the past 6-8 months is we had some big issues with hardware wallets. One of the big one, of course, was Ledger. Ledger, of course, had some issues that came out. I won't go into the detail. If you guys want to see that video, go back and look at our channel. But when you look at what happened with Ledger, David, how much did that boost your business in general? Was that a good thing for you guys, or was it a bad thing?
First of all, I think it was a very bad thing for all the trust that we built up over the last decade in the complete blockchain and crypto industry. But long story short, for Tangem specifically, it was awesome. We were sold out within a couple of days, and it was really a tremendous amount of orders we received for our latest version, 1.0 version. So all our warehouses in the States and everywhere in the world get completely emptied out by the customers, so that we were forced to ship our cards, our hardware wallets directly from the main producer in Hong Kong. So wow. Yeah, so it was good. Yeah.
Okay, and with that being the case, and you look at the issue of self-custody, because I think now I would say that most everybody has kind of recovered in the sense of they understand a little bit more, and they're much more aware of the self-custody challenges that are out there. Explain to me some of the benefits that Tangem brings to the table versus, say, some of the hardware, physical hardware wallets that are out there.
First of all, the biggest point is ask yourself, how long does it took you the very first time to set up your very first hardware wallet? So, I mean, I can talk out of my own experience. It took me really hours to set up my Ledger the very first time. I like Ledger. It's a good device. It has a good haptic. Yep. It's a good product, honestly. But you're definitely going to keep yourself busy for hours and hours to understand, to get into, to do a deep dive, and also really know what you're doing there. And that is honestly the biggest point what Tangem is doing totally differently. We would like to be the bridge between 8 billion people and the blockchain industry. So self-custodial, as you already said, is one of the major and the biggest points we have to focus on if we want to be our own bank. I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto started with that great idea, be your own bank. And that is what we provide. With the Tangem cards, it doesn't matter if you have the 1.0 version or the 2.0 version. It's a black card. You can see a little better. Yeah. It is really absolutely simple to set up your hardware wallet. If you guys don't mind, just check out the Tangem YouTube channel and see that I have done a small test with a random stranger at the Walmart neighborhood store next to my house here, and gave him a pack of the 1.0 cards. Told him, hey buddy, if you can set that up in less than 4 minutes, I give you $50 in Bitcoin and you get the card for free. And honestly, this guy had no idea what to do. He set that up in 3.5 minutes. He got $50 in Bitcoin and a fully qualified hardware wallet. So yeah. Long story short, we make things more simple, and with our 3-card design, or let me say with our multi-card design, also absolutely secure. So honestly, nobody can hack this card. Right now, we have produced a little bit more than 1 million cards over the last years. So Tangem is a company from 2017, founded in Switzerland, and none of that 1 million cards ever get hacked, broke, or just lost their ability to sign the transactions.
I want to go into a durability test video just to give some of our audience an idea. This was kind of funny, but let's play that clip real quick. All right, David, so you get to have some fun with that one, I see. You shot it.
It's a caliber 22. Absolutely. With a torch. I ran it over with a 10-ton forklift. I washed it in a washing machine. And I can tell you, I'm working right now on the new video of the 2.0 durability test. I had some dry eyes. I had a lot of things to do there. And I can tell you the next video will get launched in the next 2 weeks.
That was hilarious. Okay, so we also kind of covered, and we didn't plan that, just so everybody knows that you just happened to have that card there, so it's kind of good timing. Yeah. Let's go over to the flipper test, because this was something that a lot of people are worried about right now, just with the issues with SIM swapping and some of the security issues that you do face. This was, I thought, a very interesting test that was tried on a Tangem card. Let's go to that clip real quick.
So the Flipper Zero is used for a lot of wireless communication technologies. It can read, copy, and emulate NFC and RFID cards. And we're going to see if I can do anything with the wallet. So let's try reading his NFC. Reads it, but it can't parse the data. Let's go ahead and try RFID card too. It doesn't seem to work at all. I don't think my Flipper can do anything to the Tangem card.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so Flipper, I mean, these are some of the secure issues that do and can occur in cards like this. So you guys were able to pass that test as well. When you look at that and you compare the two wallets right now, you've got the current version of Tangem and now the 2.0 version that's out. Explain the benefits of the first wallet that you guys released versus what's available now.
Okay, so very simple said, the 1.0 version is most likely a 100% seedless version. We as Tangem do not believe in seed phrases. Honestly, some people call it dynamic phrases, so you don't need that anymore. But we are very, very close to our community, and our community really asked a couple of months, guys, we need our seed phrases. I mean, really and truly spoken, we were trained over the last 14 years that seed phrases is the only way how we can do self-custodial. So what does Tangem did? They invented the 2.0 version with the option, and I really would like to call it the option, to use seed phrases as an alternative. Most likely, we recommend not using the seed phrases, but for sure right now you have the option to also import another wallet onto your Tangem card or create a new wallet based on seed phrases. So that's a big benefit. Another additional benefit I need to announce is once you got a set of, let me say, 3 cards with you, you need to be very careful with that, because once you got at least 2 cards with you, you have the ability with these 2 cards to reset your private PIN. So let's assume you're gonna move somewhere else. You move from, I don't know, East Coast to West Coast. At a certain point, you need to carry all cards with you. So that's pretty dangerous. Right now, with the 2.0 card version, you can directly eliminate for a certain of time or permanently the ability to do the password reset with 2 of your 3 cards. So let's say you do a travel and you have to keep all your cards with you. You can say, those 2, I do not allow anymore to do the password reset. And this is my only card. I want to do the password reset. So that's also a safety feature.
So programmable somewhat.
In a certain way, yeah.
Yeah. So with that being the case, the classic cards, will they be discontinued, or are you guys going to still offer both versions?
So what I heard, and this is an ongoing conversation inside of the company, what I heard so far is we do not continue working on the 1.0 version. So what we got right now in the warehouse gets sold out, but from that point on, we have the 2.0 version. Really and truly, I like the 2.0 version. That's pretty nice. And I can tell you, this one's it's a little bit thicker. It's got a millimeter in thickness. And it also it has a much higher quality on it. So I like the matte black. I'm sorry, I'm just black and white, but it's black.
I like it.
Yes, it is.
All right. So in terms of, so you explained a little bit about, the optional seed phrase, ability to use things like the Phantom wallet, etc. How far in terms of expansion will 2.0 go in terms of interface? Will we be able to pretty much anything? If we've got the seed, if we decide to go the seed phrase route, we'll be able to do anything in terms of importing other wallets?
So yes, for sure. What you definitely going to have to do prior to import another wallet, just check if the assets what you got on your wallet on the old wallet, check if that is comparable with what we got. Right now, we got a little bit more than 37 mainnets on our wallet, on our hardware wallet, and with that, thousands of additional token. And you also can add customized tokens, like you know it already from Ledger or from from MetaMask, etc. So that's pretty simple. And the great thing, what we also had at Tangem is you got the connection to the complete DeFi world. By Wallet Connect, you can really connect to everything that is capable to do staking or connect with PancakeSwap or every other bridge. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah. In terms of security, you look at the Samsung chip that you guys utilize. This is their website, securing bank cards for future mobile payments there. And you look at that, could this be something that eventually this technology could just be implemented into a smartphone as it is, so you wouldn't even have to carry the card?
So here's the point. We thought about that, but we don't like it, honestly and truly, because what really makes a hardware wallet is the fact that the hardware wallet is offline. And really and truly, this is the most offline item or the most offline hardware wallet I ever saw. I mean, could you really undersign that the Ledger would never go online? I don't know. Yeah. I couldn't do. But this is definitely for me the most hardware wallet you can ever have. No, we do not plan to implement the chip into a smartphone, because that is really what you're gonna need to sign the transactions.
Interact. Yeah,
what you're gonna do? Yeah, correct. What you're gonna do once you got your transaction, you're gonna put your card next to your phone, and this is the signature of your transaction. But let me tell you a little secret. We have already planned a new product. Unfortunately, I don't got it right with me because it's on the way to me, but I had it already on the show in Austin, Texas, from the CTO as a small, let me say, trinket, as a small test object with me. We're working on a ring. So by the end of November or mid of November, you would be capable to order a set of 2 cards and a ring. And the great thing about the ring is you all the time got it with you. So right now I got my cards completely in my wallet, in my real wallet, one of my cards. So whenever I need to do a transaction, I mean, it's much more convenient than with every other hardware wallet. You just grab the card and you can sign your transaction. You can swap directly on Tangem. You can buy and sell assets directly on Tangem. But you still have to grab your wallet. And with the next step, you just use your ring. The good thing is you need to put the ring off, then hold them in front, sign the transaction.
All right.
So I love it. I'm looking forward to get that. And that will be the perfect Christmas gift for maybe your loved ones.
I'm looking at your tech partners here. Obviously, you've got Samsung listed here. Visa, a big one. Any more plans with Visa right now?
Yes, sir. We got a couple of plans with Visa. We're working for a long time to implement directly payments with Tangem on real life assets. So, I mean, you heard a lot of stories. Recently heard is that FPF also implemented XRP and Shiba Inu to buy Honda cars. So that's one of the latest things that I heard. But what is that? It's grabbing crypto, convert it to US dollars, and then give it to the third party. So Honda does not know about XRP. They don't care about XRP. What we were going to do with Tangem is implement Visa directly as our partner, and you can pay with your smartphone, with your Tangem app, directly in Ethereum, in Bitcoin, your coffee, your groceries, your gas, whatever. And that as a direct transition, as a direct payment, not with a third party.
I was looking at another thing here in terms of your website. This was just in reference to the earn section. Is this something that is coming very soon, or is this something kind of down the road?
Yeah, we're very proud of that. So our tech team, we have a very, very big tech team. So let me say that as a side note. once you guys got any ideas, any question, any concerns, feel free to call our tech support hotline by Telegram or by email. We get a 24/7 support. On Telegram, you get within minutes an answer, and by email, you get within 4 hours or less an answer. So that's one of our key points where we say we want to be very close to our community. Either way, so the earn section, that describes our new coming or upcoming staking model. So you can go directly with one of our next bigger updates, what's coming this year, with staking directly on Tangem. So you don't need to use Wallet Connect to use a third party for staking. We're offering directly staking in our app.
Interesting stuff. All right, so I want to go through a couple of slides that we created. This is our pros and cons of Tangem in general, but also I think this applies to, in some cases, other, self-custody out there. So for you guys that are watching right now, let's flip over to our pros slide, and we'll kind of show you this. I'll run it down real quick. So no firmware updates, no Bluetooth, obviously NFC. You guys are using EAL6+. So that's the secure element, very, very secure. 3-factor authentication, I love. 3-minute, back to your point, setup very fast, private keys hidden forever. Like that as well too for mass adoption and fast onboarding. Open source GitHub, I think that's a big one. Audited is a big advantage. And then your new feature, which is the seed phrase optional support there. And then third-party NFT wallet support. So that's going to be something that's new. And then of course the app and the card design update. So those are the things that we know about Tangem. We went in and built our cons list, and I want to get your opinion and address on how these and if these kind of scenarios are going to be playing out for Tangem. Let's go to our cons list to give you kind of a scenario here. So right now, no NFT support, no native staking currently, no Web3 Dapp support, which I think is eventually going to be a big part of how these devices will be used. No flow support, which is non-ETH. No card personalization. I know you personalize cards, but it'd be interesting if I could just say I want my card personalized, if you could go down to that narrow of an opportunity. And then portfolio tracking, that's another big benefit I think that would be huge. The option for multiple token bags, that's kind of another function there. And then in terms of limited, you're a bit limited on swap. You can't swap Solana right now. And then also selling with things like, MoonPay, which is similar to what, you would have to have if you want to do something with Robinhood. When you look at those kind of, I know this is a kind of a line list of wish list almost more likely than cons, but when you look at these, are any of these things right now in the roadmap for you guys?
Yeah, we have already solved some. I really thought you're going to challenge me a little bit, so that's easy.
That's good.
No, but thank you. So NFT support gets with the next update. We implement NFTs as well. For sure, we heard that from our community, and that is a crucial point. I mean, even to the mass adoption, NFTs will be so much more than only colored pictures, passports, ID cards, etc. So that's very crucial for us. So yes, NFT support will become in one of the next updates. No native staking. So like I told you, we will implement with the next update our staking. No Web3 Dapp support. So we're supporting Dapps, and we're working also with third parties together, like for example Xoom or other suppliers. So they can definitely gonna get our cards as a non-branded version and work with their applications and build on our product as well. So that is also a solid thing. No flow support for non-ETH. That is a pretty technical question. So I know that we're working on that. I don't want to go too deep in that rabbit hole. I can promise you we're working on that right now. So I couldn't say so much more to that. No card personalization. So I hold it up here, our Shiba card. That is one of our very first branded wallets. We have right now the Casper with K, the layer 1 proof of work blockchain. We have a design for those guys already up. So I think we have crushed already the 800 order mark within a couple of days. Typically for a personalized design like that, we're looking around 300 to 400. But the community is so crazy about that. Yeah, perfectly. That's an awesome design. And we're working also together with a couple of other blockchains where we would like to have their own branded design. And we're planning also to add, let me say, some kind of a free sticker set that you can personalize your card a little bit. So let me Yeah, let me add some. That's a nice picture. I never saw that. Pretty cute. I really love the design of the Tangem card. The biggest fact about that is, let's assume you're at the airport and someone asks you, do you got money with you? I mean, I would say, yes, I got more than $10,000 with me right now, but could anybody identify that as a hardware wallet? Probably not. Yeah. So that's definitely a big benefit for me. Let's hop to the next points. No portfolio tracking. That will come with the next update in October. I don't know when we release that, but it is very, very quick. So we will have portfolio tracking. We will have also a complete integration of all crypto assets, like you have probably on CoinMarketCap or on CoinGecko.
Okay.
So that's a big point for us, because we really would like to keep the users inside of our app and help them. You don't need to leave, so can do everything very comfortable inside of our app. No option for multiple token bags. That is also something we're changing with the next update. You can have multiple token addresses. So right now you only can have one Ethereum address on your Tangem set. And with the next update, you can have X amount of additional addresses.
So additional, okay.
Correct. And one thing that I would like to show you just as a small adder, this is, for example, my personal, you couldn't see it so good. That's my personal Tangem wallet. I got my wife's and my wallet on there. And for my 4 daughters, each one got a separate wallet. So you can have multiple wallets on your device.
That's a big benefit, because that's one of the challenges I know with just Ledger in being able to do things like that, multiple wallets. And devices, and the reason for that from the hardware side. A couple of questions on the NFT support. ETH, Solana, AVAX, Flow. Are you looking at cross-chain compatibility on the NFT support?
Correct. So that's also a very, very big milestone for us. By not later than the end of this year, we will also implement not only EVM compatible swaps, not only for NFTs, also for additional tokens or for tokens in general. We're also looking for a complete cross-chain swap. So right now we're connected to 1inch directly on Tangem, but by the end of the year, we also implement a complete variety of cross-chain swaps. So you can swap your Bitcoin to XRP. You can swap your Casper to Ethereum. I mean, there's all things going on, and it's amazing.
Okay, so card personalization, you mentioned that you'd have to have like 200 cards. So for organizations that wanted to use this, is that what the limit is 200 cards?
No,
to get
sorry. For a set of cards, you definitely, so you got the limitation of 3 cards. So each wallet can only have
for card personalization. Yeah, to personalize it. If I wanted,
it's around 350 to 450. That's the number we say. Okay, if someone would like to have their own branded wallet, that's what we go ahead. Sorry.
So if we wanted a PBN card, we would need 350 of those to be able to apply. Okay, that's interesting. All right,
I can tell you, I buy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna buy every time when there is a new Tangem version. I'm gonna buy one for mine. So this is, for example, one of the very first ones. That's an ADA node. This is a single currency node. What we got here? So we got in those days an Ethereum node. That's the one node. So this was really the very first ones that Tangem created in 2018. There's also an XRP node. There's a Bitcoin node. This is, for example, the Dogecoin node.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I can tell you, if we got one version, so here we got the BNB node, for example, and this is pretty nice. There are a lot of different versions we have done in the past, but the 3-card model, yes, like you said, if we want to create an own branded version for you, it's around that number.
David, I'm looking over at this blog post, and there was a note in here that talked about Tangem wearable devices. Is this something that is down the pipe, or is this real? Is that something that's going to happen?
Yeah. So the very first start is, like I told you, with the ring. That will be our very first wearable item. And I have spent a lot of time on the permissionless 2 with the CTO, Andre. Unfortunately, he's ill today. He really worked his butt off the last days on the new app version. So he told me that the ring is the first step, and we will go ahead with a lot of more wearables. So therefore, we created this unique term of wearable. So it could be everything. It probably could be a wristband for the watch. It could be a necklace. I don't know. We're wide open.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is that you guys are doing some creative things, so that's always beneficial. Last couple of questions here are more from a competitive landscape. If you look at what, we'll just use Coinbase as an example. If Coinbase, especially if they were to create a hardware wallet or a wallet that would have some similarities, how do you think that would affect the market in general right now? Because I feel like there's a little bit of an uproar for self-custody as to where you go. I think, you know, Tangem's been very popular on our network, but so was Ledger until, you know, we ran into some of the challenges with Ledger. But what if Coinbase were to come out with something like this? How would you guys think that would go?
I really think the market is so big and we need more hands that help us to help the people understand, don't leave your funds on the exchanges or DEX.
On the exchanges.
I think that's crucial. Sure. And honestly, as more people come and penetrate the market, it's better for everybody. That's my feeling, and I think I also hit the nerves of my Tangem colleagues with that. We're not afraid of competitors. I can tell you, we're all the time 1 or 2 steps ahead of the market, and what we're doing right now is unique in the market, and we have one of the safest and most easy to set up a product in the world right now. And we like to help people. We like to get challenged. And there's a lot going on. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about everything, but we're working on new things.
As we see the rollouts, I know your team talks to our team quite a bit about what's coming next. In terms of the potential for something like what Ledger did with Ledger Recover, would you guys ever consider a service like that for Tangem? I'm just thinking of people that they're not crypto native, you know, they're a little bit on that brand new to it. That could be, you know, beneficial. How would you guys approach something like that?
Paul, I'm so happy you asked the questions. Thank you for that. Let's say management at Tangem decides that another day we want to have the same stuff. There is no way that we can update the firmware on the cards. The chip that you showed in one of the other slides, that is not a normal NFC chip. That's a real microprocessor. Like you already mentioned, it's a Samsung chip. It's a patented EAL Plus chip. This cards, or let me say this technology, get used by NASA and also US Air Force to create access cards to their bases. So this is really one of the very highest security levels you can get. Yeah, it's definitely not programmable. Once it left the factory or once it's molded into the card, there's absolutely no way to override, to get access, to put another firmware on it. So it's impossible. Even, like I said, even if Tangem decides we want to implement that, it could only be done on newer devices, but that's not our philosophy. So no chance.
You know, for you people out there considering self-custody, that's why you need to make sure that, you know, self-custody is just like anything else. I mean, it's super secure. The Tangem model with the 3 cards, I think, is one of the better models out there because you can kind of disperse these cards out there, and, you know, being able to recover your card, but also access to your wallet is important. But hey, listen, self-custody is what this industry is all about. So you should be practicing this. David mentioned it there. If you're keeping funds on your exchanges, that's, you know that's a no-no. You need to be looking at self-custody. We practice that heavily. And of course, we try to tell all of our audience to do it as much as you can. And again, this is not, you know, an ad in the sense, sure, they're a sponsor. You can get a discount if you use our code, but it's not an ad. We asked them to come on the show and share everything that we would ask them, give them the pros and the cons, and they were welcoming that. So we appreciate that anytime a partner does that. So David, it's been great having you on the show today. Thank you so much for stopping in. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Paul. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And again, every time you got any questions, just come over, shoot it to us, and we're more than happy to answer the questions.
Excellent. Appreciate it. All right. You guys are maybe tuned in on the audio podcast side of things right now. Jump over here on the YouTube channel. You get a chance to see a lot more. We do some trading analysis. And plus, we break down a lot more of what's happening in the industry. So make sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the like on a couple of videos. It does help the algorithm in terms of sharing this content out there. Of course, if you're not in our Diamond Circle, make sure and get in there now. The Diamond Circle is one of the biggest groups out there in blockchain crypto. And what we do there is provide additional content that does not come here on YouTube. So you'll be able to get a couple of podcasts from Kyle on Web3. We've got some new technical analysis coming in over that show and onto that platform. So make sure and just click the link down below and you can join for free. If you guys want to catch me, it's out there on X at Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.